So I'm here with Netlify. My name's Brian Douglas. If you guys haven't met me yet, I go by B Dougie. You can find me at the table after the fact, but it's awesome you guys are going to hack on projects, because what Netlify is all about, Cassandra kind of mentioned it, we're a platform for hosting and deploying, continuously deploying sites. So I have 5 minutes. I'm going to see if I can make 5 deploys in 5 minutes. So Netlify has like different options to actually get a site live. So this is my dashboard. I have tons of sites on here because that's what I do for a living. I make websites. The easiest option that I like to do, if I already have a site, there was mention of Bootstrap. There's a really cool site called HTML5. So this is SF HTML5. It's a great site to use for really beautiful HTML5 ready templates. I've actually downloaded some templates already. So what I'm going to do is pick one at random, scroll down to the bottom of my dashboard if you already have an account, drag that on there, and I now have that site live. So there's a lot of stock photos that are there. So you could add like different images. That's just one of the templates, and that's one way to deploy a site with Netlify. Another cool way of deploying a site is through Git. So what I'm going to do is take my account, go back to the dashboard, click that button that says New Site with Git. I'm a GitHub fan. There might be other users of different technologies like Bitbucket and GitLab. You can do that as well. I've already got a blog that I want to hook up from GitHub and deploy directly. So I'm just going to connect that with Netlify. I'm using a middleman blog. We've got this heuristic, so if you are using a static site generator or React or Angular, we'll try to guess what it is and what your build command is. Netlify basically takes every time you push your site to GitHub, we're going to deploy that site live. So if we have your build command in your build directory, we could actually do that as well. And I'm now going to zoom it up too. So middleman is what I was talking about, and I'm just going to deploy that site. Cool. So while that's deploying, I'm actually going to talk about something else that's really cool about Netlify. Is right now, if you go to netlify.com, you might see this, or you might see a dark theme. We have other tools on our platform that you can use to not just deploy sites, but also refine and test your site. So we have a cool option called split testing, and we have a split test going on. So you might see a light theme, you might see a dark theme. You might want to check your phone, netlify.com, to see which one you see. Raise your hand if you see the dark theme. So we've got it 50%. So hopefully half of you will see the dark theme. We got one in the back. Awesome, sweet. So if you didn't see the dark theme, this is what it looks like. We're kind of testing the different versions, and you can do that straight on this. We have a CDN, so we're doing that on the CDN level to be able to test different versions. And what's even cooler is that we're doing it on the branch level. So if you're familiar with GitHub or GitLab or Git in general, we do it based on branch. So let me go back and check on my site that I just deployed. Still going, huh? All right, so I've also got another way. I've got these pre-built templates at templates.netlify.com. So if you guys don't have a blog, or if you want to start a restaurant, you guys anybody want to start a restaurant, you actually just click one of these buttons and it'll start deploying a site as well, which is pretty cool. So if you ever find these in the wild, just click them. You can trust it. And again, you'll just have to log in with GitHub. I already have this version, so I have to name it something else. It checks your GitHub account. And if I had that, it's going to try to create another GitHub repo for you. So if I had Hugo restaurant template, which I already have, it's going to have an error. So I'm building that site. Uh-oh. Is anybody else deploying sites? You guys are blogging on my Docker containers? Cool. One more thing while those two deploy. We have this other thing called Netlify CMS. So this is my blog. I write blogs, if you guys want to read it. I write a blog, and the cool thing about this is I don't have to actually deploy from the command line every time I want to write a new blog. We have a CMS that you can hook up here as well. I've only deployed one successful deploy, right, so far, and my goal was 5. So maybe I'll get a quick one. Oh, I just realized I'm in the wrong browser. It's asking me to log in. Cool, so we have a CMS. If you go to netlifycms.org, that's what it is. It's also open source. We accept contributions. Highly recommend if you guys want to contribute and get some street cred. It's also built on React as well. So if you are familiar, you can start with WeVote, but then you can come to Netlify CMS. And I just want to write a new blog post. It's going to be really riveting stuff. Please upvote on the Hacker News. Cool. And what's cool about this, it should work. No whammies. The CMS actually integrates, it actually connects to my GitHub. So now this post here, I can publish it straight from either here or I can go to my GitHub as well. And I just realized I didn't actually enhance as well. So you guys might not be able to see all this, but you can see my blog post is ready. Creates a pull request for me, and I can actually deploy that too as well. I'm not going to deploy that because I don't know. I have to make some copy edits. My spelling might be off a little bit. But now let's check back on some of my sites I started. And I can at least get 3 deploys. Cool, site is live. So this site's live. This is basically a copy of my blog. I just cloned it to a different repo. And then I had another site that I had deployed that's still going. All right, did I say 5? Let's just make this happen. Okay. 2. Oh. This trackpad, man. All right, 3 sites deployed. That's good enough, right? Okay, we're ended up there. So I basically was able to just drop, and I didn't actually mention as well that these HTML5, all they have is index HTML. So as long as you have that in your folder, you can drag and drop it. If you don't have that, you'll probably need a build command or some sort of process to do your output like Webpack or Browserify or Gulp. And that's basically what Netlify hosts for us. There's also one more way to deploy, which is using our CLI as well. So that would cover our 3 bases there for 3 ways to deploy. So we got Git, we got drag and drop, and then we have CLI as well. So same site again, but I also deployed it. Cool. If you guys want to have any more questions, see us at the table. I am Brian Douglas, and I am from Netlify. Thanks, guys.